Welcome back, radio entrepreneurs, listeners, and fans. I'm producer Nathan Gobes. I'm excited to be filling in for Jeffrey Davis once again, and I'm excited to be joined by one of our regular reporters, Marc Z of Marc Z Legal Staffing, with another employment update. Welcome, Marc.
Nathan, great to see you. Thanks for having me on the show.
Appreciate it. I know you've always got great topics for us that are really important to business owners. So, what do you have for us today?
Well, I thought we should talk about something that's very important because as everybody's, when I say everybody, employees, firms, and companies are beginning the new year, and a lot of starts have happened now. People waited to start new positions. Firms and companies waited to begin employees after the new year for a number of reasons, year-end issues. Some people waited because they had bonuses coming. A lot of people had plans for the holidays and they wanted to keep those. So now the employee has started, but what organizations of all kinds and companies and firms should realize, now that you have this employee, you want to retain them. One thing that wasn't discussed last year by commentators, by experts in the field, by employers, we have a lot of hiring needs, but a lot of people came on to, and when I say people, employees came on to these companies, firms, and organizations, and they left them in short periods of time. And as recruiters, we can do everything we can to bring good candidates and have good matches with our client firms, companies, and organizations. But it's the employer's responsibility, Nathan, to make sure that once the employees are onboarded, they not only stay, but they thrive personally and professionally and contribute to the organization, firm, and company. And so what I want to reinforce is, this is great. You've got some great hires, great energy. Don't lose stride. Keep the momentum going. Bring this person into fold, whether it's mentoring, assign them some good mentors, because especially during this COVID peak, it's going to be very tough for people that are starting remotely. A lot of employers were having people finally that were fully vaccinated come to the office, encouraging them to spend more time in the office initially so they would be able to meet with people, get to know people, and then gradually maybe work more hybrid. And now we have the new variant, and a lot of employers are saying, you know what, why don't you start remotely? We're sending you a laptop and we'd love to work with you, but remotely. And so they have to, AKA the employer, has to figure out a way to engage that employee. And one way is a good mentor. Just assign them somebody, or even have their supervisor make sure that they have a program, and they're regularly integrated into the team. It's so important. And that's what's going to keep the momentum going. And a lot of great employers are doing that, because I can tell you that when we debrief people that we place, they're like, this is great. I already have somebody I'm talking, they've already got me involved in this. But there are other employers who are not doing that because they're so busy. They have so much work, and they bring people in, and every time the employee needs to talk to them, they don't have the time. And so what's going to happen is, after a while, that employee is going to say, maybe this isn't the job for me. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I should look at something new, or maybe I want to go back. Maybe I made a mistake and I want to go back to my employer. Another suggestion is good training. If an employee doesn't see they're being trained on the systems, or if you're an attorney or a partner or an associate, being trained in some of the areas and being brought in, but that the employer wants them to work on. again, some of our clients have been great, immediately having the key partner to the group assign the attorney, or in the case of legal assistance, the employer has them have a buddy to shadow, or to that way show them the ropes, whether it's virtually or in person previously, but probably more virtually now. But this person is there to answer any questions and can help guide them and help them have an idea of how things work at the firm, because especially now that employers are retrenching.
Yeah, yeah, that's great advice. I mean, having a mentor, a buddy, somebody to train you directly that you can really connect with is important. I think even people that have been at their job for several years that are have been working remotely like many of us have, feel the disconnect that we get from this remote work situation. So I can completely understand that a new hire, unless they have somebody, can feel like they're not really part of the team, unless like you said, they have a mentor, a buddy, some direct good training like that. I've at previous positions that I've started, and at this position, back when we were in person, you come in and you meet the team. You get brought around the office. Obviously you can do something like that virtually over Zoom or whatever, but it's not the same when you don't have that personal connection. So I agree with everything you're saying, Mark. Giving somebody to to shadow, to be mentored by is a big help.
The other thing, Nathan, is if you're an employee and you're feeling this, make sure you reach out. I know it can be difficult, but especially if you're an associate, talk to the partner, or if you're a staff person, talk to human resources or talk to the supervisor. Let them know this is happening. Sometimes the employer just is so focused on being busy, addressing clients' needs and addressing internal issues, that it's nothing against you. They just are not focused on it. And you want to speak up and you want to let them know, I need some more training. I need more work in this way. I have these billable hours. I'd love to be able to do X, Y, and Z. What should I be doing? If the work is slowed down, if we can't give you work right away, is there something I should be educating myself on right now? Or maybe you can reach out to other colleagues that are in your practice group, or other colleagues who are co-legal assistants or paralegals. Say, look, I'm new and I'm waiting for some work, and I know some of my supervisors have been busy, or the attorneys. Can you make some suggestions of what I could do to be better? And that's really helpful too. It's a relationship. An employer-employee want to both, you've joined this organization. You want to do well. This is a career step for you. The organization is investing in you and they want you to be happy. They hired you. So it's so important for both parties to communicate.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's great advice, Mark. We really appreciate you coming on regularly to talk about these things. Did you have any other final comments?
Sure. I want to emphasize it's not going to be easy, and we're in a new year. It's again, we're dealing with a progress retrenchment in terms of the health issues out there. I was talking to a number of people in key positions, and this variant is really spreading. And so more and more, even the firms and organizations that wanted in-person employees are now saying, we can't do that right now. And it's just there, because those people who want in-person employees, they're catching COVID. So more and more, it's just important communication on both parts, because the goal is not only retention, but happy and successful employees, which are going to drive the organization and drive both the organization's success with the employee's success.
Great. I couldn't have said it better myself, Mark. Thank you. If listeners or viewers want to get in touch with you, find out more about Mark Z Legal Staffing, how could they do so?
Thanks, Nathan. First of all, Google Marc Z, M-A-R-C, and the letter Z, and we'll come right up. marczlegal.com, M-A-R-C-Z legal.com, and 617-338-1300.
And of course, you can find Mark Z on the Radio Entrepreneur's website. He's always joining us for employment updates and discussions about what's going on in the greater hiring and staffing fields. I want to thank you once again for joining, Mark.
Thank you, Nathan. Pleasure.
Thanks. And we'll be back on Radio Entrepreneurs after this break.